Hey guys, Richard here with Downgrid Survival. So coming at you today on a beautiful Wednesday here in Central Florida. You know, it's late summer. It's still sticky and humid and hot. You know, doesn't it just feel like some days the whole world is about to implode? Well, that's probably because the whole world is about to implode. Yeah. So, taking a look around at what's been going on, we haven't talked too much here the last couple of weeks specifically about current events, but, you know, just wrapping your head around everything that's happening, it's like a train, you know, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and I tell you, you know, the economy, the country, the people can only take so much, and pretty soon things are just going to fall apart. At least that's my prediction. You know, here a month or two ago, I put out a video and kind of gave you my prediction a little bit and kind of explained why I felt things were happening the way they were happening. And that stands firm today. I still believe everything I said in that video. Oh, we hit some bumps. I still feel everything that I said in that video is true. I think that's exactly why what is happening is happening. Basically, if you missed that video, it's the World Economic Forum says the United States has to fall, and so now deliberate actions are being taken to ensure that happens. Of course, we see old Joe out there when he is on camera, or when he is in public view, just mumbling and fumbling. You know, it's clearly he's a man that isn't even able to tie his own shoes anymore. We know there's a puppet master. We know there's someone behind the scenes calling the shots, and that he was probably installed just to you know, I won't say be the fall guy, but be the guy that signs whatever legislation is put in front of him, because he doesn't know any better. He just signs what he's told to sign. So that allows the puppet master and whoever else is behind the scenes to do pretty much whatever they want to do. So when you see all these idiotic decisions that are being made, and you're thinking, what are they thinking? Why are they possibly thinking this is a good idea? Well, it's because it's deliberate. It's a deliberate way to create the chaos, create the downfall of the United States, to get the United States as a superpower out of the way, so that the powers that be, you know, that is pushing the Great Reset, can continue moving forward with the Great Reset, because they know if they had somebody like, oh, I don't know, say Trump, in office, there's no way it would happen, right? Absolutely no way all this stuff would be going on right now. There'd be too much pushback, and so that's why they got to have somebody that is, you know, unfortunately, as demented as old Joe is, they're just doing what he's told. And day in and day out, we see him shaking hands with ghosts. We hear him mumbling, talking about what do I do, where am I at, and it just continues. And so we got this crazy legislation out there now. I mean, look at the latest, you know, with the whole student loan thing. You know, estimates now are what, around $600 billion is what it's going to cost, and at a time when our country can't afford it. You know, we can't afford that kind of stuff. We shouldn't be even entertaining doing something like that. You know, but yet here it is. It's another one of those crazy decisions that were made, because it's going to continue to create economic turmoil for the United States, which is exactly what they want. Did you see the news? Excuse me. Woo! Did you see the news about what's going on in Europe with the natural gas? Of course, you know, shortages that are going on there are just incredible. People are worried. People are scared to death that are typically heating their homes with natural gas, and they're just not going to have any. Straight up, they're just not going to have much for this winter. And if you think the administration, the regime here is going to get involved, oh, you bet. Most likely. Here's what I foresee happening. I see an increased tap of our strategic oil reserves. You know, spreading more oil around that is supposed to be saved for us for wartime use. Yeah, they're going to be doling that out because, you know, they want to, you know, help our neighbors, right? Because that's going to further destroy the United States. So I think we're going to see a lot of that happening this winter, doling out natural gas and oil. And so as these kind of things take place or take shape over in Europe, they are going to affect us here. Straight up, they're going to affect us here. Just like, I mean, we're too much of a global society. You can't have something major like that going on in one place and expect that it's not going to happen somewhere else. It just will. I saw a Facebook post yesterday where someone asked that specific question, which kind of prompted this video. But they were talking about, you know, all the things happening in Europe and was wondering if it was going to affect us. Well, let me tell you, it's going to affect us. Okay, whether it be the oil, whether it's grain coming out of Ukraine, or you know, the various things that are going on, it's going to affect us. So, you know, I live here where it's a very mild climate in the wintertime, but I went out recently and picked up a Mr. Heater, probably one of the best little heaters on the market you can find, because you can use it indoors. You can use it, it's a propane driven, but you can use it indoors, and it's the only one that I'm aware of that you can do that with. But I don't want to get caught with a cold snap. I mean, think about what happened in Texas a couple of years ago, right? Those folks, they weren't prepared for an ice storm that destroyed so much. And with climate change and the things that are going on, I don't want to get caught here in Florida where it's warm most all the time, and all of a sudden get us a cold snap and not have something for my family. So we picked one up. It was on sale. I'll drop a link down below just so you're aware of what it is that I picked up. It's just big enough for like a small room, so we can huddle together in a small room if need be. I think everyone should have something like that as a backup. You know, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, I was watching Glenn Beck just yesterday. I'm kind of ranting here about all kinds of stuff, but I was watching Glenn Beck yesterday. If you haven't watched him, go out there and check him out. Conservative guy. Been around for decades. But even he was talking about, you know, the fuel shortages a little bit, and you know, some of his concerns about what's going on with our power grid, and how, you know, how fragile our power grid is. And if you can think, you know, there's a lot of homes in the United States that run on natural gas. So if there's a natural gas shortage that affects us here, people are going to be running out and buying space heaters and things and plugging them into the wall, which is going to further affect our power grid and put strain on it. Now, a little bit of good news. Oh, this isn't good. Doggone it. I'm trying to get out on the interstate, and just as I do, it's all backed up. Okay, so a little bit of good news. Several months ago, we talked about, what were we talking about? I lost my train of thought with all this mess. OSE. Okay, OSE. So we talked a little bit about, you know, food shortages and no, the power grid is what we were talking about. So we were talking about the power grid and how there was a big fear this summer that the power grid would fail in large areas of the United States, and that it was not going to be able to meet the demands of summer. And it's been a hot summer, but at least it hasn't reached national news if there's been any, you know, significant blackouts or rolling blackouts, brownouts, what it's called, brownouts. I haven't heard of any. So if you've heard of something, let me know. Drop it down below, because I haven't really heard of anything. I mean, sure, every time a storm goes through here, our lights flicker, you know, things happen. But I haven't heard of any significant problems with the power grid this summer so far, even though it was widely anticipated that there would be significant problems with the grid this summer. So that's a bit of good news. We also thought there'd be more food shortages by this time of the year. We talked about that several months ago, and that's been good news, because we're seeing food shortages, but it's not been as significant yet as what we anticipated. Some more good news. Also on this video, or on this channel, we talked about earlier in the spring about how gas, by the time summer rolled through, you know, gas could be as high as like $7 is what I was expecting. But that was some good news. It didn't reach that. In fact, it's come down a little bit, and that's just because the markets are being manipulated, and all that oil is being released from the strategic oil reserve, and, you know, which is a bad idea. But nonetheless, the prices have come down just a little bit. Let's see. So yeah, so there's some good stuff out there. You just got to kind of look for it a little bit, right? And hold on to all those good things that are happening, because there's so much doom and gloom and turmoil. Monkeypox, that's another good one. But for the fact that it didn't turn out to be a big deal for most people, right? Just a very select group of folks. We'll just leave it at that. So let's see, what else are we ranting about while I'm on the interstate here doing about 7 miles an hour? Oh, I see blue flashing. Oh, there it is. There it is. Somebody got pulled over, and of course everyone's got to stop and gawk and look. Oh, and it's a gas truck. Did he get pulled? No, he broke down. They got a massive tow truck here getting ready to haul him off the bridge, because we're on a bridge right now. That's what it is. All right, see, now, bam. Now we can fly like the lightning right here. So, yeah, so this is just a bit of a video where Richard's just ranting and talking about all kinds of things a little bit. So stick with me for a minute. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to share. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Smash it. Make sure you smash it once or twice, maybe 3 times, just to make sure it sticks. This channel is still really small. We had a growth spurt a couple of months ago, a month or so ago. Had a couple of videos that kind of went right, and got a lot of attention for just a little while. Got a lot of new subscribers on here. Appreciate that. Appreciate everyone who's new. And then now things have died down to a trickle again, and my videos, they're not getting anywhere. That's probably why I'm willing to just sit here and rant, because, you know, no one's going to see it. But if you smash that like button, it'll get out there. All right. We talk about tomatoes. Have you heard about the tomato shortage? I first heard a little bit about this from City Prepping a couple days ago, but then it hit mainstream media today. I was seeing it in the news headlines. Yep, there's going to be a big tomato shortage, which is no surprise, really. I was expecting that, along with several other things, but specifically tomatoes out of California drying up. They didn't grow. They're not harvesting nearly as many as what they thought they would this summer. And just about all of our tomatoes come from California, and you know about the droughts and the things going on there. Everything drying up. So, dismal tomato harvest, which is going to be a shortage of, not only your BLTs that you enjoy. I really enjoy a BLT, but also, tomato soup, tomato paste, spaghetti sauces, and ketchup, and all those kind of things. So, make sure you're well stocked on tomatoes, I guess, or grow your own, like I tried this summer. It didn't work out so well. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's it. Let's just wrap up this video, because I don't want to ramble too long here, and I'm getting off the interstate. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.